Have you ever barked at your dog just for fun? Maybe you were curious about their reaction, trying to grab their attention, or just having a little playful moment. It's something many dog owners have done at some point. But have you ever stopped to wonder what your dog thinks or feels when you do this? For us, barking might be a joke or a game. But for dogs, barking has deep roots in their communication and instincts. In today's video, we're breaking down what happens when you bark at your dog. We'll explore the emotional, psychological, and behavioral impact it can have on your furry friend. From confusion to potential stress or even excitement, we'll look at how dogs perceive this human mimicry and what they might think you're trying to tell them. Plus, we'll share tips on better ways to interact with your dog that strengthen your bond and ensure every interaction is positive and meaningful. Let's jump into the fascinating world of dog communication. 1. Dogs recognize barking as communication. Understanding barking in dogs. For dogs, barking isn't just noise. It's a critical form of communication. They bark to alert others, express excitement, signal fear, or even demand attention. Each bark carries a unique tone, rhythm, and purpose. When you bark at your dog, they don't hear it as random noise. They hear it as an attempt to speak their language. However, since your human bark is far from perfect, it can be confusing. How dogs interpret your bark. Your dog might respond in several ways depending on the tone and intensity of your bark. For instance, a loud, sharp bark might signal to your dog that something is wrong or that you're upset. A playful, high-pitched bark might be interpreted as an invitation to play. A low, growling bark could mimic a warning or a threat. Dogs are incredibly perceptive and will combine the sound of your bark with your body language to interpret what you're trying to say. This is why you might see them tilting their head, barking back, or appearing unsure. They're trying to figure out your intent. Example story. Imagine a time when you playfully barked at your dog. Did they bark back? Maybe they wagged their tail or jumped around excitedly. This playful response shows they're treating it like a game. But if they backed away, tilted their head, or stopped engaging altogether, it could mean they're confused or even uncomfortable. Understanding these reactions is key to knowing how they feel in these situations. 2. Confusion can lead to stress. Dogs and predictable behavior. Dogs thrive on consistency and predictability. They rely on routine and familiar cues to understand their environment and the humans around them. Barking, especially if it's out of character for you, can disrupt their sense of normalcy and leave them feeling confused. Stress signals to watch for. If barking at your dog causes stress, you might notice whale eye, where the whites of their eyes become visible as they turn their head away. Lip licking, a subtle way dogs show they're uncomfortable. Yawning, a common displacement behavior when they feel unsure or uneasy. Backing away, a clear sign they want space. These subtle signs are often overlooked but can tell you a lot about your dog's emotional state. How stress affects dogs. Chronic stress, even from minor interactions, can impact a dog's overall well-being. They might become less trusting, more reactive, or display anxious behaviors over time. While a single playful bark might not cause lasting harm, repeated actions that confuse or stress your dog can affect your bond. 3. Barking can trigger a defensive reaction. The instinctive nature of barking. Barking is deeply ingrained in canine behavior. In the wild, barking serves as an alert for danger or a way to ward off potential threats. When you bark at your dog, especially in a tone that mimics aggression, it can trigger their defensive instincts. Signs of a defensive response: your dog might bark back aggressively, growl or bare their teeth, pace nervously or circle around you, display a stiff posture with raised hackles. Why? This happens. Dogs interpret tone and energy more than specific sounds. A harsh or loud bark can be perceived as a challenge or a warning. Even if your intention is playful, your dog's instincts might override their understanding of the situation, leading to a defensive or anxious reaction. 4. They might think you're mimicking them. Dogs and social learning. Dogs are highly social animals that learn by observing and mimicking behaviors. If you bark at your dog in a friendly or playful tone, they might think you're joining in on their conversation. This can lead to excited barking or howling. jumping or running in circles. Increased vocalization over time as they assume this is a fun game. When mimicry reinforces barking, while this playful response might seem harmless, it can inadvertently encourage excessive barking. For example, if your dog learns that barking gets a reaction, whether it's you barking back or engaging with them, they may bark more often to get your attention. Tip: if your dog starts barking more frequently after these interactions, redirect their energy with commands like sit or quiet, followed by a reward for calm behavior. 5. Body language matters more than the bark itself. The role of nonverbal communication. To dogs, body language often speaks louder than words or barks. When you bark at your dog, they're not just listening, they're watching your posture, facial expressions, and overall energy. If your body language is tense or confrontational, your dog might feel threatened, even if your bark sounds playful. Examples of body language clues. Leaning forward can appear dominating or threatening. Relaxed posture with open palms can signal friendliness. Quick, sharp movements might make your dog wary. Matching your tone and body language. Consistency between your tone, actions, and body language is crucial for clear communication. If you're playful, make sure your movements and expressions match to avoid confusing your dog. 6. Young dogs and puppies might get overexcited. Puppy play and overstimulation. For young dogs, barking back at them might seem like the ultimate game. They could interpret it as an invitation to play, leading to jumping, spinning, or even nipping. While this can be adorable, it can also create challenges if it escalates into hyperactive behavior. Preventing overexcitement. To avoid overstimulating puppies, use calm, consistent tones during playtime. Redirect their energy with toys or games that channel their excitement in positive ways, like fetch or tug of war. 7. Older dogs might ignore or avoid it. Understanding senior dogs. Older dogs are often more reserved and less interested in playful barking interactions. If you bark at an older dog, they might respond by turning their head away, avoiding eye contact, walking away, or lying down. Why? This happens. Senior dogs are more sensitive to changes in behavior and may find barking unusual or unnecessary. They prefer calm, predictable interactions and may feel uneasy when their human behaves in ways they don't understand. 8. Positive alternatives to barking back. Better ways to communicate. Instead of barking at your dog, try these alternatives. Use familiar words. Short phrases like "good boy" or "want to play" are far less confusing. Engage with toys. Redirect their attention with a favorite toy or activity. Reward calm behavior. Use treats or praise to reinforce calm, positive interactions. Mirror their energy. If your dog is excited, match their energy with play, but do so in a way they clearly understand. At the end of the day, our dogs rely on us to understand their needs and communicate in ways that make them feel safe and loved. Barking at your dog might seem harmless, but it can send mixed signals that confuse or stress them. By paying attention to their body language and finding better ways to interact, we can build stronger, more trusting relationships with our furry friends. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video or learned something new, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the incredible world of dogs. See you in the next video.